I'm all right.
Sure.
All right. The little girl is with me today, so she may come in. She's on that cusp. She hasn't slept yet. Now it's now 4 o'clock in the day. So she's on that needing hugs and kisses type stuff. But if she comes in, she comes in. What's going on with you anyway? What's the play? End of the month, guys. How are we looking? Come on, someone come off mute. Let me know. How are we looking? Riyadh, let's go all the way up top. Then we're going to Andrew, Ryan. Then we're coming into Wayne. Then we're going to Wes. What are we looking at? How's the week on? How's the month?
Week for me has been all right. But on the good side of things, I'm an elite. So at least now I can get what I need to get in order to get to where I want to go.
What? Give me 1 second. I knew this would happen. Give me 1 second.
Please.
Go on. Ugh. Okay, apologies. Right, Riyadh.
Yeah, it's been an okay week. Calls have been slow on the offer that I'm on, but I was in ramp-up period. They said from next week I'm gonna have at least 6 calls on that one offer, and I'm on another offer which I'll be having at least 6, so 12 a day.
12 a day.
Yeah.
Sure. Time to get serious, buddy. Okay, cool. Andrew, what's going on?
Yeah, good mate. I've just about blitzed through all the material, covered most of the stuff. I'm just drilling it at the minute.
Okay. How was it? Your honest opinion.
I'm just a bit obsessed with it, mate, to be honest. I've had you on in the shower in bed, mate.
Don't be trying to fucking swindle me now. It's a Friday. I know what you're doing. You want me to drive all the way up to Newcastle and take you out for a meal?
Not at all, mate. I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, just what stands out is it just makes so much sense, really, and that's what's nice. It's not like convoluted or anything. I know if I drill it, I'm sorting some role plays out with the lads, so I can really get it verbalized and get it in
Perfect.
there. So
Good. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? How were the first couple of days?
Good, man. Just listening to a lot of the recordings and everything, and starting a new company next week, which is why I kind of want to get off to a good start.
Yeah.
And no, it's been working really well, and kind of already implementing some of the. Just want to really work on my objections, next week in terms of just kind of want to think about it, just kind of stalling.
Good. Okay. Yeah, we can have a look at it next week. Easy peasy. Good stuff. Keep going through the stuff because it'll all start to make sense. Yeah. Wayne, what's going on, buddy? How are you? How are the first couple of days?
Up, man? Doing well, yes, sir. Pretty similar. Picking through some of the materials, some of the recordings. Some of it I've seen, some of it I haven't. Right, like I know a lot of it you live stream to Facebook, and some of that I've caught in the past. Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of really good stuff in there so far. Good. So digging through.
Cool. Wes, how are things with you, buddy? Any more big sales coming through?
Next week, hopefully, Bill. I'm actually going to fly up to London next week for a customer who's been ghosting me for the last 1 year. But
you're going to fly all the way to see him, knock on his door and say, "Hey, buddy, here's my Stripe account."
Yeah.
I love it.
So their contract size is about 200 to 300,000 pounds at a time, so they're pretty big.
Yeah.
So my in-person sales are going really well, Bill. But the offer that I'm on the remote closing. Not so much. I've had only 2 calls this week. The lead flow is completely dried up. And I'm in the process of looking for another offer. I did a couple of interviews yesterday, which went really well.
Good.
So keeping at it, and hopefully I'll get something better soon.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So that's good. One thing I would always hope and wish and pray, guys, that you always feel that the door is always open. What I mean by that, guys, is if there's anything that you feel that what we bring to the market is needed, please do let me know. Okay. please do be honest and open. There's no, I suppose, recoil on that, you know. I never say to somebody, hey buddy, like, who do you think you are, and blah blah blah. Like, if you feel there's something that we don't have, please do let us know, because then we can make it better. And that's always the game with me, is how do we make things better? Okay, so do we have any questions, issues, problems, concerns? If not, I want to train a little bit and I want to see where you guys are at.
Let's
No?
train.
Everyone happy enough? Everyone easy peasy. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to start with Ryan. I want to see some of the objections. Give us the biggest objection that you're getting. David, nice to meet you, buddy. You got the buzz cut and all. You're going pure monk mode. I love it. So Ryan, let's give the objections that you're getting, and let's see where the boys are going to play it out. Okay, so you can be the salesman. Let's go. Abe, can you role play with him?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Okay.
Ryan, give us a good rundown of what you do, how you do it, so the guys can have a good idea.
Right, so everybody knows, do something a little bit different. So I'm in bathroom remodeling here in California. And so basically go in, and I have really been working on a beautiful way to kind of get the kind of feeling they're getting in the bathroom now, and how they want to feel, and which is really unusual in the industry to go there. Anyway, go in, design it, price it out, and then usually, even if they like it, they're like, okay, we just need to think about it, or we just need to get like another couple bids. We always get a couple bids. And so that's kind of where I run into.
Okay, let's play it from there then. So let's just say, do you feel this is X, Y, and Z? And let's go from there. Abe, you just be a person that wants to remodel their lovely bathroom. All right, let's play it out. Let's see where we're going.
So so total investment's going to be $14,273. A couple different ways we can pay for that. And basically from here, we take care of all the paperwork, and then we go ahead and order the materials, and should have it in within a couple weeks. So a couple months.
Okay. Yeah.
That work for you?
Definitely. I mean, yeah, it sounds good. Definitely going to need to, like, think about it, check out with the wife, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just for the side, the wife's going to be there because I never do it without the wife. I don't do one.
She's over here.
Okay.
She loves it.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, take your time, if you need a couple days, couple weeks, that's totally fine. No problem. So do you feel like that what we put together here is kind of get you where you want to go? I mean, do you feel like this is kind of what you were looking for?
Yeah, honey, what do you think? She seems to like it, so
Assuming she said she liked it. So I'm just for you though, I guess between me and you. I mean, do you feel like this is kind of what you were looking for, and kind of gets you so where you can start feeling better in the morning and
yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit the shower is really cool, and the sinks and the countertops, all that stuff seems to be really good, and just like the colors in general. So yeah, I mean, it seems like it would. It's a little more than I thought that it might be.
Yeah, that's normal. So I guess what aspects of the project did you want to think about?
I mean, really kind of just the money stuff, because it's kind of it's a little bit more expensive than I thought. So, we kind of want to, check out a couple other bids. We have another, somebody else coming over tomorrow, give an estimate. So really just kind of, yeah.
Well, assuming all the bids are going to be right around in the same ballpark, which they are, what are you going to do? I mean, are you okay staying with what you have, or?
I mean, if they're all kind of in the same ballpark, then it would just be a matter of picking the one that we like the best, I guess.
What do you mean the best? Like what would make one better? How would you choose one over the other?
All right, pause.
Yeah, I'm kind of dying there.
Yeah. You're dying in the water. I see you flapping. I see you. Your head's like, oh no, save me. Okay, so that's what's going to happen here now. Is this is going to combat, because it's like, hey, just pick me. And the road you're going down right now is, well, I'm going to be the best. And when you start telling people this, like, Well, when you go and get quotes, they're all going to come in the same price anyway. What you're going to get is someone is going to do this. They're going to say, okay, cool. Well, let's figure that out then. Then where you're going. You know, so you got to be, and this is the tightrope that I want all you guys to understand. Like, this is the difference between making sales and not making sales, is the actions and is the words that we're using when it allow and how it allows people to feel. Okay. Now, Abe is being very polite with you, but if you're in someone's home and you are like, it's not necessarily strong handing, but it is holding on, if that makes sense. And you will get people that will flick. And then that's how you end up in, you know, biting situations. Let me do it a little bit, and then I'll just allow you to see what I would do in the first couple of steps. All right. All right. So Abe, I don't have a whole lot to go over. Do you feel like this, you know, this outlay, this process, this bathroom here, do you feel like this is, you know, the bathroom of your dreams that you wanted to have for X amount of time, or how do you feel?
I think it seems like it's my wife's bathroom of her dreams. And so I support
Well,
that.
aren't you a good husband?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Good.
So it seems like it's good. I mean, it's just definitely like a lot more money than we kind of thought that it was going to be.
Sure. Okay. And I can respect that. Can I ask though, besides obviously you feeling that it's a lot more than what you wanted it to be, do you feel like this is exactly what you guys want, or how do you feel? Because at the other side of it, this is not like a 1 month kind of process. This is like, you want to have this bathroom for the next, you know, 40 years of your life, you know, and that's important, you know, because we can figure out all the investments, but the biggest thing for us is you feel that what this is right now in today's situation, that it is exactly what you want to have for the next 30, 40 years of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. We probably just need to like talk about it, you know, a little bit more just to make sure. I mean, it seems good. There's some other people that we were gonna, you know, get some quotes from just
Sure.
to, you know, just kind of spread it around a little bit just to make sure. But
Sure.
other
Okay.
than that,
And can I ask, like, in terms of, you know, the bathroom, is there anything in this bathroom that I suppose you're not happy about?
not really. Like we got the countertops you guys had and the way the showers put in, like with the glass and just, you know, the lighting too was pretty cool. So all around, like
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's all right there. It's just a matter of,
Would it be fair to say then that it is the bathroom of your dreams, that the only sticking point really here, from what I'm listening to, and I don't want to presume anything, is a little bit more around the investment of putting it in. Would that be fair to say?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just more than I thought. Yeah.
Okay. If it was less than what you thought it was, would you be moving forward?
She says yes, I think so.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do, Ryan, I'm trying to be very calm. I've never sold a bathroom in my entire life, just to let you know. Okay. I've never sold a bathroom in my entire life, but I want that person to tell me what the objection is. Okay, so we got to think about it, then we got to go shop around, then we got to go this. I knew there was a price objection. This is what you're going to face every single day, babe. Okay, every single day you're going to get this. All I want you to do is I want you to keep calm and keep collected. I didn't go down the road of, okay, well, when you go and speak to all these people, you are going to get the same quote anyway, and then what are you going to do? What I don't want you guys to do when it comes to objection handling is I don't want you to ask questions where. Can you tell me?
Future.
Yes, I don't want you to ask questions about tomorrow. And I don't want you to ask questions about when you go and speak to your wife, what do you feel that conversation is going to be? I don't want you to ask forward. Because if you ask forward, guys, you're asking somebody something they don't what? They don't know.
Control.
Okay. Yeah. You're asking them to, can you tell me what's going to happen when you leave this house? The logical word is, I don't know. You can't argue with, I don't know, and you can't objection, I don't know. So you got to go backwards, but you got to actively listen to what the objection is. The objection never is this. This is you got two smoke screens and a proper objection. So the two smoke screens you got, Ryan, where think about it, and I got to shop around. Yeah. Who here wants to shop around if something actually makes sense and they can financially invest in it? Who here wanted to shop around when they looked at what I do? Yeah. So people know what they want, but I got to reconfirm that back into the conversation. So when I asked the positive question and Abe went negative, I went back negative, and then what did he do? He went back positive. So I got that confirmation that what I do works and that this is exactly what he wants. And then I got to, you know, be a little bit cheeky, and I'm Irish, so I can be. It kind of sounds to me then, and I don't want to presume anything, and I don't want you to think that I'm putting words in your mouth, but it kind of sounds to me that the sticking point of you having this bathroom right now will be more in line with the investment. Would that be fair to say? Once
Yeah.
they agree to that, then Ryan, now I know I'm having a money conversation, and then I can handle the money concern. It's not to think about it and shop around at this, that, and the other stuff, and let me get back to you on A, B, and C. It's if the money makes sense and we can make this work, will you move forward? And then we're having that conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So it just you have the bones of it, but you gotta be very careful how you flirt with it, because you gotta be a little bit cheeky about it. But I could be cheeky, but you gotta find your way of doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it has to be, non-combative. And I don't want you to go forward. If you could do those two things just off this call, don't ask questions forward. Don't tell people that, yeah, when you go and, get a quote, you're going to get 3 the same quotes anyway. Because you're
What
going to
people
get people.
typically do in this industry, a lot of what my coworkers do is
They
they
will.
basically get it down to the price. They're like, okay, so it's just the price. They're like, yeah, it's just the price. And then they start dropping the price. They're like, okay, well, what
Yeah.
if we move this around? What if we took this out? Then they try to get a number out of them and say, okay, well, what's your number?
Yeah.
And then they kind of got them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you got to get to that stage first, and you got to be very delicate how you get there first. Mine took what, 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes, 2 minutes of a conversation, just listening and just moving it around. But if you can figure out that little gap, and I will coach you how to figure out that gap for yourself, everything else will be fine. Because if you have flexibility in the payments and moving stuff around and doing this and doing that, then you'll be fine. But it's just cracking that little piece there. It's that 4 minutes. If you can be solid in that 4 minutes, buddy, we're away to the races.
And just real quick, so would you suggest shooting on the price and then saying, okay, I got, I don't have any much more else to go over with you? Do you feel
Yeah,
like, what would
I
you
didn't even
do?
give a price there. Apologies. So I
Yeah.
just thought that I gave the price at the top.
So okay, this one.
I normally do,
Mhm.
but I've never sold bathrooms, so I don't know which makes sense for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
thank you.
That's not
Yeah,
just for fucking bathrooms, guys. That's for everything. You got to be calm. You got to be collective. You got to listen actively to what the hell is going on, what's being said. You got to listen to the smoke screens that I know that are smoke screens. He knows that are smoke screens. But if I fall into the narrative of going after the smoke screens, he's going to be all the conversation is going to be based on what then? Someone tell me. It's going to be based on a lie. Yeah, because smoke screens are what? I got to think about it. I got to go to a partner. I got to get different quotes. I got to go out there because the dogs have to fall down the hole. Like they're all smoke screens. They're all distractions. They're all fluff and pop of taking. It's like a magic show. What's the fluff and the pop and the spark and the bang? It drags you away from the problems. The smoke and mirrors, correct? Yeah, it's all the smokes and mirrors. It's taking you away from what's actually happening. So I don't want you to chase those. Okay, and that's just understanding. All right. Okay, who's got another objection that they're getting? I'm in an objection handling mode. What else we got?
Bill, can I just ask a quick question?
Go for it.
James mentioned the other day that he always presets the objection at the end of his pitch. So it'd be like, before we even go into onboard and any of that, like, can I just ask, like, do you feel like what we've gone through will work for you? And then obviously, why will it?
Mhm.
Is there any reason you ever wouldn't do that? Because to me, that just seems like a total cheat code.
No. Before, like when and where now, just so everyone understands what you're saying.
So he was saying, obviously, he'd have dropped price, end of pitch, and then, before saying, are you ready to get rock and roll and whatever, like getting that soft commitment from them on will it work and why it'll work to try and, I suppose, address any objections before they even come up.
Yeah, you could. It would be like saying something like this. Now, before we move forward with anything, do you feel what we've gone through today, can actually get you X, Y, and Z? Okay, and why do you feel that is? It's the same kind of stuff that we use, but some people will have a different spin on it. Jimmy has a different spin on it than I do. It's the same recipe. He might put a little bit of salt on it. I might put a little bit more pepper on it. That's all it is. It's the same framework that I've given.
But I just mean, is it always worth doing first rather than waiting for them to give you a need to say it, essentially?
It's kind of like the chicken and the egg.
Take it or
came
leave it.
first.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
it makes
you
no
can
difference.
say it, but you're still going to get the objection anyway. regardless. You know,
Right.
you know, you're still, even if you do, like, do you feel what we've gone through today can actually get you X, Y, and Z? Okay, cool. Why? Okay, I don't have a whole lot more to go over then. If you're ready and rocking, let's get you started. And then it's going to come out anyway. You're going to get the objection. So it's just a different way of doing it, but it's just a quicker way.
Yeah.
I would say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Question on that, Bill. If you go down that route after the pitch and you ask them, do you feel like X, Y, Z, this, and then they give you the objection, do you go through the same reloop again?
No.
And then you go through this, it's not repetitive.
No, you don't go through the same loop again.
So you just ask them, okay, what is it that you actually want to think about just to see if I can help?
No, so when you go away and think about this, you don't ever want to say to somebody, so what are you going to wait to think about? Because if you do that, then it becomes aggressive and it becomes confrontation. You ask the question, and it's very, very simple. Okay, can I ask, before you do go away and think about things, do you feel what I've gone through can actually get you X, Y, and Z? Yes. What do you feel that is? Okay, so when you do go away and think about things, what do you feel is coming up for you that makes you want to do that? Just to see if I can actually give you all the information just to do that.
So what if you've done the first two parts before they give you the objection and then they give you the objection? Do you ask them again?
You can't. Okay, so
that's the question.
I'm a little bit lost what you're asking me. Does anybody else know?
I think he's saying, like, if you already go, hey, do you feel like this can work for you? Yes. Why? And then you're like, okay, let's get rocking and rolling. They're like, hey, I want to go think about it. Then he's saying, hey, should I go? Okay, before you go think about it, do you feel like this will work for you?
Yes, I would in a small bit, and I would do it something like this. Okay, I can respect that. Can I ask, like, I know you mentioned a second ago that you did feel this is what you wanted to do moving forward. Before you do go and think about it, are you 100% sure that, you know, this is, if you just put it into play, it is exactly what you feel is going to get you where you want to go? Yes. So you got it, and this is, so when you guys push into a lead and all this kind of stuff, and you get like a little bit more hands-on and stuff, this is why I'm not giving people scripts. I'm just saying, here, there you go. This is it. This is the exact same reason, guys. Because if I just gave you a script of how to do it, and you got a curveball like that, you're gonna go back to the script. You're gonna be like, fuck, well, I've already asked that. Now what do I do? That's what happens. I see it all day, every day, and I listen to call recordings all day, every day from people coming in. I'm like, this is what's the problem with just giving generic training. So you got to have enough education, knowledge, and experience to be able to go, you know, the give and take with things. And you got to know actively, okay, well, I've already asked it. If I ask it again the exact same way, I sound like a dickhead. And I sound like somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. And I sound like a computer. So I got to spin it in a different way. I said the exact same thing, but I didn't say the exact same thing. It sounded the exact same thing, but it didn't feel like the exact same thing. And that's that subtlety, and that's that, you know, that's the difference.
Flexibility.
Yeah, that's that conversation flexibility. Exactly.
Is that also a place, Bill, there where you could ask on the why do you feel like it might not work?
Yes, correct. If you don't get a good answer there, like I did with Ryan, I would. So that's the plus minus close that we use inside. And it's that plus minus in terms of positive, negative. It's the yin and yang, I call that.
This is what we're like. It's the intricacies I'm interested in, man. Because like you say, a script's a script, like you can memorize that.
You geek out on this shit, so you do. You love it. But it's the yin and yang that I give to the guys. Like if I go positive, that person's go negative, then I got to go negative for that person to come back positive. You're all like, what the fuck is going on here? Don't worry. Let's get the basics right, the fundamentals. Right, what other objections we're getting? Wayne, what are we getting, buddy? What are you seeing in your own market, in your own field, in your own sales?
I get a lot of money objections.
Money objections. Okay, so you've gone all the way from the 2 smoke screens into the money?
Or we're straight to money. Usually I drop like, I'm selling fitness right now. So usually I'll drop the paid in full price, some sort of money objection from there. Maybe we break it down, maybe we don't.
Okay,
maybe there's another hidden objection.
I'm going to run for you. What's the fitness? I'm in that mood. What's the fitness? What offer? Just give me the, like, I sell 40 plus people, or 40 middle-aged people wanting to lose 2 stone. The price is X. What is that?
Yeah, sure. So 30 to 45, mostly women, right? It's 3,900 for 12 months.
3,900, so okay, for 12 months.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you can be, actually, Rachel, you can be the lady prospect.
Okay.
You ready to rock and roll, sister? Don't embarrass me now.
Yeah.
Don't be giving me too much.
Yeah, I mean, I am, but things are kind of tight with inflation and stuff, and I'm
Hold on,
just
we
kind
haven't
of
even
paycheck
started
to
yet.
paycheck.
We haven't even
Oh,
started yet,
sorry.
imagine.
I was already in it. Okay, go ahead.
All right, cool. Okay, Rachel, I don't have a whole lot to go over from here. Do you feel like what we've gone through today in terms of A, B, and C, do you feel like that can actually get you, that 2 stone off over the next 12 months, or how do you feel? Because that's the most important thing for us.
Yeah, definitely. I do.
Okay, why are you so positive? Why are you so, I suppose, confident?
I would say the accountability factor. I mean, it's definitely nice to have that accountability, right?
Sure. Okay. And is there anything else?
I mean, I looked at all your testimonials. I mean, it looks like you guys have a proven, system in place, and nutrition, workout plan, like everything that I need.
Okay. The big thing for us is you put everything we give you, Rachel, into action. We will guarantee that you get the said result. And if we don't, you can say we're the biggest load of X, Y, and Z out there in the market, and we will actually fully refund you every cent. Okay. All right. You have any other questions that you want me to go over? If not,
No.
we can obviously move things forward. Okay. Then if you're riddling and wanting, let's get you started and let's get you on the right track so you can, lose that couple of stone and, get back to where you want to be. Happy enough?
Yeah, that sounds good. I get paid next week, so can I start next Friday?
You can. I can set everything up today, and I will set everything up today now. We can actually get you started next Friday if that works. You happy enough to do that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so what's going to happen here now, Wayne, is I'm going to go through the whole setting up of this stage, and then she's going to start pulling away. She's going to start giving me a smoke screen like this. Oh, I just forgot my card. Or she's going to start doing something like, oh, I just realized that I have to pay X bill. Can I actually do this next Thursday? Can I actually do it next Wednesday? I get fully paid on X. Can we actually just run it all then? That's what's going to happen here now. And then let's say we go through all that. You've given me that objection, and let's take it up from there. Happy enough? So that's what will happen here, Wayne, if I go for this now, and she will come out with a smoke screen like that. Okay. Can I just ask, Rachel, before we go through all the rest of the stuff, like, do you feel what I've given you today and what you've shown, like, do you feel it actually is what you want, or how do you feel? Because I don't want you to feel, any pressure, and I don't want you to feel that I want you to do something that you don't want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Everything sounds wonderful.
Okay. No, you're not playing the game, Rachel.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'm playing. This is what people, at least what they tell me, but then when it's time to collect the payment information is when they
Yeah.
I was going to pull back when you wanted
Okay, well,
to
let's do that. Let's go that
Okay.
way. Okay, it's a little bit different than what's happening to Wayne, but anyway, let's play it out. Okay, cool. So let's get you all set up then. We'll take $50 as a setup fee, and that will just kind of create your profile and everything else inside. And then next Thursday, what we'll do, we'll actually fully onboard you and get you started and get you set up with all your coaches and get you on the right path. All right. Now, is this your name? Is this your full email? Is this your mobile and X, Y, and Z? Now, in terms of the payments, Rachel, what card do you want to use for that?
You know what? I just remembered. I'm sorry. I have a huge bill coming up, and we can do this like on Friday. I can give you my card information. We can pay then.
Sure. No, I respect that. No, we're not going to run anything today. Okay, we're not going to push anything in terms of the full investment or anything like that. What we're doing is just getting your profile set up and getting that kind of rocking. Are you able to do that, or what's going on?
Yeah, no, I really can't. I would rather just, pay everything next Friday.
Sure. Now, when you do pay, you're going to obviously pay everything anyway. But from what I'm kind of seeing, is everything else okay, or is there something going on that we need to have a conversation about?
I mean,
please just know that, like, I'm not here to, beat you around the bush. But I'm just here to help if I can.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Can we just reschedule a call for next Friday, and then I can just give you all my card details then?
Sure. Can I ask, is there something, I suppose, preventing you from doing it now in terms of just doing the card details and stuff like that, even though we're not going to run any of the investment? Honestly?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just really need to kind of go and like check with my husband, make sure that we don't have any like other expenses that I'm just like not aware of at this moment. Just to like make sure, you know, I usually do a budget and I haven't done that yet.
Okay. Now, before you even do all of those things, just know that we're not charging your card at all.
Yeah, I get that. Totally. I get that. I just want to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, so to speak. So if we could just, you know, reconvene next Friday and we can just get onboarded and I'll give you my card details, everything like that.
It sounds to me, Rachel, and you can tell me I'm full of X, Y, and Z if you like. But it just sounds that you're just trying to take a step back and not move forward. Would that be fair to say?
I
The
mean,
biggest thing for me is, do you want to move forward? Like, and I don't want you to just say yes if you actually mean no. See how it took away your objection? I don't
yeah,
want you to say yes if you actually mean no.
yeah. No, I totally want to do this. I just again want to make sure that everything is good with my budget and then we can
Sure.
totally come back.
No,
I just
even
don't
if
want
things-
anything to, you know, I don't want to
Well,
overcommit
the
myself
the only
to,
thing that will stop you from moving forward is yourself, Rachel. You know, at the end of the day, and the biggest thing that you got to ask yourself is, if you feel that what we have presented to you today is exactly what's going to help you get to where you want to go, the biggest thing that you need to do right now is to overcome yourself. Now, I know that you're on a tight ship, and I know that you don't sign up for anything that you know you can't do. I know that for a fact, because you won't bring that into the conversation if you're not that way inclined. So I know that you're on a tight ship, and I know that you're accountable for everything that you do and everything that you pay for at this moment in time. The biggest thing for me is I want to figure out, can I actually help you? And I don't want you to say yes if you actually can't, but I also don't want you to feel that you have to say yes just to please me either. The biggest thing for us right now is that you know that we're the people that are going to get you to where you want to go. Now, the other side of this is, if you feel that things are a little bit out of your budget, or there needs to be something in terms of the adjustments, or we need to break things down, or whatever it may be, I'm more than happy to have that conversation with you. But I can't help you if I don't know what's going on. And I don't want you to tell me that everything is great and everything is wonderful and I just want to do it next week or next month or next year, because you've already been in this position for far too long as well, right?
yeah, definitely.
So can I just ask you, you know, friend to friend, you just take X influencer out of the equation. If I can help you today, I will. Just take him and put him over there. What's going on? Like, what's stopping you from showing a level of commitment to yourself that we need and you need in order to help yourself move forward?
Yeah, I mean, do you have a payment structure in place? I just don't want to overcommit myself.
We've got everything in place, Rachel.
Okay,
We've got
and so what
everything
would
in
that
place.
look like?
We've got everything in place, and I'm not here just to take your money. I want to help you. Okay. But the biggest
get
thing for
that.
you is you got to help yourself. And I can walk and talk you through the payment structures. Okay. And we can figure all that out. But the biggest thing that I want you to do is, I don't want you to hold back just because you're a little bit unnerved and maybe a little bit fearful.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I'm trying to do, look, she gave me an awful lot of what you guys are getting on a daily basis. No, I do want to move forward. I do want to move forward. I'm 100% committed. I'm 100% everything. I'm boom, 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 boom. And there's nothing to work with there. And that's how a lot of you guys are going to get frustrated. You're going to get pissed off. You're going to get agitated. But you just got to take the sting out of the conversation, and you got to put your arm around her shoulder now. Like I did. Okay. But also, as you can see, guys, I'm subtly doing what? I'm taking away her next objection. Now, I don't want you to say yes if the word is actually no. Would that be fair? What did Rachel do? She smiled straight away, because that's exactly what she was going to say yes. She was exactly going to do exactly what I told her not to do. And then she had to come back to what? So the lies started to dwindle away, and then we were just going to have a normal conversation. But that's when you got to stay in the pocket with people, and you got to listen to what they're saying, and you got to understand actively what the hell is going on. Okay, so Rachel is given all the signals. All the yeses, the yeses, the yeses, the yeses, the yeses. Just let's do it next week. Let's do it next week. Let's do it next week. I got to separate it. We're not doing anything today. All we're going to do is set you up, Rachel. I'm not processing anything. So you got to confirm that in her head. So you got to allow her to understand that. And then you got to separate it. And then you got to figure out why she's not allowing herself to move forward. But in that stage, you got to comfort her. You got to put your arm around her shoulder, and you got to allow her feel what? You got to allow her to feel safe. You got to allow her to be safe in herself. You got to allow her to be confident. Yes, you got to allow her to be okay in this position. Who here cooks? I know, Rachel, you got
I do a little bit.
kids. Yeah, you cook,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
simple,
My wife
simple
cooks.
meal.
My wife cooks, yeah. So there you go. I do a bit of cooking too, actually, sometimes. Now, when you're boiling something and you just leave it on the stove and it just bubbles, 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 bubbles. What happens when you lift up the thing? It just spurts everywhere, doesn't it? So before it gets to that position in the conversation, you just got to turn down the heat and you just got to open or just lift the lid a little bit and just leave the stress or the steam in this conversation just dwindle out. Because what's going to be left, guys, is exactly what you can work with. Yeah. So there was a period in the conversation with Rachel where if I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, it wasn't going to go anywhere. So I got to take a step out and I got to figure out like what's actually going on. And you got to just pause things. You got to say, look, me and you, can we just figure this out? Like, do you feel that what we've given you today can actually get you where you want to go? Because that's all I care about. The investment, the this, the that, the person over here, we can figure all that out. But the biggest thing for me is I want to just make sure that what you want is exactly what we can give you. Now, once you get confirmation, that's permission to keep moving forward with the objection handling. But without that, guys, you're all just scrambling. Okay. When you get that, then it's a case of, okay, well, what's actually going on here? What's actually preventing? So the biggest issue, she doesn't have money to do it today. So I know, I can put 2 and 2 together that this is going to be a money concern. It's going to be money and fear. So now I can start inserting what I need to insert into the conversation to actually steer it into the conversation that we need to have, which is how do we make this work financially for you? Which is exactly where it ended up. But if I don't take the pressure out of the conversation, I don't allow Rachel to feel safe in the conversation, she's not going to tell me. Okay. Does all that make sense? Yeah. Anyone any questions on that? No? Easy peasy. Wayne, does that make sense in terms of money and stuff like that? This is what you're going to see all the time. I want to move forward. I want to move forward. I want to move forward, but it's just a lot of money.
Yeah. Yep. I usually reconfirm the program, kind of see if there's any red flags from there. And then I usually go right back to money though. So there's a couple of good takeaways in there for sure. Because usually I'll get straight back to money. It's like, okay, does that 4K work for you? No, break it down. But obviously I'm trying to avoid that if possible, right? So
yeah, when you do break it down, you got to break it down in a way that it's best serving the person.
Sure.
And you got to deal with things like this. You got to say, well, can I ask, Rachel? I don't want to tell you what it has to be. You just tell me what it needs to be for you so you can move forward. So yeah, I'm always framing the conversation about an action that I want her to take and she wants her to take. Yeah. So there's just subtleties that we can use that will help the conversation move forward. All right. Ellen, nice to see you. How are you?
Hi, what's up?
How are
First
you?
time in the Zoom meeting with you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Your award beats my award, huh?
What's that?
Your award behind you beats my award behind me. I tell you, all right. I'll tell you a story. So we got it. We should have a second one. And we should have had it a month and a half ago. And I went to ClickFunnels and I was like, hey, we've just X, Y, and Z. And they were like, yeah, we don't hand out another award. It's like, what? How mental? I was like, I'm going to advertise your company and you're telling me that you won't give me an award that I'm going to actually have to pay for. Makes no sense. I was like, yeah, we're canceling everything. Thanks, guys. We're out of here. Anyway, Sylvie, what's going on with you?
Okay, so basically, the role play you did with Rachel kind of answered my question. And then there's another question of what do you think is the pros and cons of collecting the deposit when the prospect is saying, yes, I'll do it, but think about it? Is it a good time to present, okay, can I collect the deposit?
Yes, it's a down payment is the word you want to use, because the difference between a down payment and a deposit is this. A deposit means that I'm willing to lose it. A down payment means I'm putting this down because I'm guaranteeing you that I move forward. You put down a down payment on what? If you think about it, guys, what do you put a down payment on? Secured loans, ownerships. You put things down on cars, you put things down on houses. You don't put down a deposit, you put down a down payment. So I always framed it like that. I always framed it in a position of, yes, you can put down a down payment, but it's a down payment for you confirming that you want to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you think, like, what's the percentage do you think is the best down payment? I'm selling a product at 5K, so I'm just wondering what is a good
I
deposit?
always, now you can take a down payment for $5 if you like.
$5.
You could. I didn't give a shit. We used to do the fucking, people used to call it an open wallet test. I put a dollar test on it. If you give me $1, see, the other side of this, Alan, is I'm only taking down payments to see if that person's actually committed. Because if they're not committed, who here wants to give me their credit card if they never want to see me ever again, and give me their social security, or not social, or their security code number on their card, I should say, or their personal address, or their personal phone number, or their fucking, billing address. No one's doing any of that stuff if they're not willing or wanting to move forward. So I only use down payments and dollars and commitments and all that stuff is just to test the water to see if they are actually going to stay. Because no one's going to give you that stuff if they never want to see you again. Because they're afraid of being scammed or selling their information to somebody else. No one wants to do that. So I just use it for that. So to answer your question, how much should you be taking? I always like the down payment. I like the down payment to stay. So if I'm selling a 5K product, I want 10% of that. So that would be 500, give or take. You know what I mean? And if they don't do 500, then I would drop it down. But I would question why they're not willing to do 500 if they're willing to do 5K next week.
Right.
So it just, again, that will just distinguish between people that are serious and not serious as well, Make sense? You
Yeah.
selling a fitness offer too?
Me?
Is that what you're selling?
No, I'm selling, I teach people how to build online course in Chinese
Okay.
market.
In the Chinese market. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How is it going?
Well, it's okay because I used to use webinar funnel to sell Amazon course. That went great. But this year I shift to selling this online course, teach people how to build online course, and then rate that, take the cost of raise the price of the course. So yeah, I'm first time doing a one-on-one closing. I'm still learning.
Good. Buckle up, sister.
Yeah.
It's a fun ride. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of ups, there's equally a lot of downs. But over the course of it, you do enjoy the ride. And that's how it works. Right, guys, I gotta get out of here unless anyone has any last begging desires. Right, come on then, Rachel. I knew you were going to say it.
Are we on Tuesday? I know it's not a holiday there, it's a holiday here. I'm up to train. I just wanted to
What
know.
is it? What's
It's
Tuesday?
4th of July for us
is it?
in
Yeah.
the US. Yeah.
I'm not sure. We might fuck off, to be quite honest. We might do nothing. I'm not running anything with 2 or 3 people on, and if 2 or 3 people are from the UK, then it's a waste of time.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty half-half, but I mean, I don't know. Because you guys have Canada, then you have Europe, then you have us.
Canada. I don't know. I've had a long 10 days. I'll figure it out the weekend. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, yeah, if you could just let us know ASAP, and because I know Tuesday's a packed day from all those, because I think there's 2 role plays on Tuesdays, and Unstuck and a coaching call. So that's
Imagine
what I'm
that.
asking.
Imagine 4 sessions a day. Huh?
I know.
Right. I'll let
Okay.
you know. I'll let her know.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Hey,
cool.
Ellen, go
Because I
for it,
already
sister.
asked her, and she said she didn't know. She said business.
How could
as
she know?
usual
Because
Monday.
I don't know.
I know.
Right, Ellen, what's going on? Go enjoy your 4th of July. You only get one a year, don't you?
Yeah, my thing is starting at 4 p.m. So,
Your
and I'm
thing is starting at 4
I'm
p.m. What does that
Pacific
mean?
Standard Time.
Oh, my legs.
No, like my neighbor's inviting me over for their barbecue / pool party, but it doesn't start till 4 p.m. So, all of you guys'
They're
stuff
waiting
is
until the
earlier
sun
in
goes
the
down.
day.
What's the point of fucking having a pool party when the sun goes down?
Well, it's like 100 and some degrees in Vegas.
Was that where you are? Are you in Vegas, are you?
Yeah, I'm in
My
Vegas.
God, Vegas is the worst place in America. You
I
like Vegas?
know,
Do you
but
like
it's better
Vegas?
than LA. That's why I've been here for 8 years.
Yeah, but that's like basically saying a punch in the chin is better than a kick in the dick. Do you know what I mean? They're both
Yes,
equally
I
shit.
know.
They're
I know.
both
And then we
equally shit places.
refinanced our house during the pandemic. So we kind of feel stuck until I get to those 20K months. Then we'll have options,
Fuck me. Shit. It's like comparing.
So that's why I got to get to
the
those
2 worst
20K
foods
months.
ever. Shit. You just compared LA
So,
to
yes.
Las Vegas. What about
Uh,
Arizona? Have you been to Arizona? Arizona's not too
I
bad.
have been, because I went to Cole Gordon's mastermind there. It's just as hot as it is here,
Yeah,
but it's more family
yeah.
friendly
Rest.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, for sure. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know. Right, Ellen, go for it, sister.
I just have a quick question.
for it.
Do we get a recording for this call?
Where this call is going, I think it's in if I'm not mistaken, I think I put them in, I just put it in the wrong group.
It's in community, Bill.
It's in the community. I'll tag
Okay.
you. Hold on. I'll tag
Okay,
you so
okay.
it's there.
Thank you.
All right, sister. Ellen Lynn. Ellen the Legend Lynn. There we go. Right, Wesy, what's going on, big dog?
Quick question, if you have time for this. So this is in my last offer before I
Yes.
left it.
Okay.
At the end, I got an objection, which
Yeah.
I couldn't handle at that time. It was that, what you presented sounds really great. The price is okay, but we don't want to move forward because we're looking at the ratings of you guys on Trustpilot and it's really low.
Mhm.
How would you handle that?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because it just comes with that, trust. Trust is the hardest thing to overcome, and that's why I'm heavy on, I'm heavy on the idea of people not just jumping on calls the same day that they see an ad and things like that, because it just, look, in 2023 with the amount of BS that's out there, and look, you know more than I do of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you went through the reviews beforehand, you've probably been like, is that a bit dicey? So it's hard, like, and that's why I'm very positive about, like, I'm all fulfillment based, because some bad reviews on some things doesn't go to plan, it doesn't go where you want it to go, you know what I mean? But also, it's 10 to 1 of people that will put a bad review compared to one person that do a good review. That's human nature. People like to complain. They don't like to give people quality. They don't like people to, I suppose the people in themselves are inertly kind of, we don't want people to do too well. You know what I mean? We don't want people to do too well, because if people do too well, we can't compare ourselves to them and we always feel inferior. So I would just say something like this. Can I ask, like, do you have a favorite restaurant, Wes? Come on, play along with me, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. I love duck and rice in London.
Okay. Why do you love duck and rice in London?
It's the ingredients are fresh. It's everything is of the highest quality. Everything is really
Quality.
tasty.
Yeah, it's quality. Have you ever looked at their reviews online? Do you think if you
No,
looked
I've
at their
never looked.
reviews online and that they wouldn't have a couple of bad reviews based on someone that may not even have been their fault? Because the other side of this
That's true.
is that, and I respect what you've just said, and I am in no way, shape, or form trying to, persuade you into doing something, but I just want you to understand the psychology of why people put reviews together. Now, when you think about it, most people don't put any review together if they've ever had a nice meal. I personally don't. I don't know about you, but you don't do it consistently. But that doesn't mean that you didn't have a nice meal. But the other side of this is you're absolutely right. Some people come into this program and some people come in and work with me and they don't get the result. And I would be a fool to say that they do. But I would also be a fool to say that it's all my fault. And I'm not blaming the other person. But sometimes things happen in life. But the biggest thing that I want to say is I will be with you every step of the way. Now, you've had enough confidence to put yourself here today, because if the reviews were something that you completely, didn't even want to even look at, you wouldn't have had the confidence to come speak to me today either. Now, I know you mentioned to me a second ago that you felt that what we've gone through, you feel that if you put it all into action, and that's what I say to people, you put it all into action, I guarantee that you get to success. Do you feel there's anything in there that you feel that you won't be able to do? If all I got to do is put you in the right position. And it's not necessarily about what someone's opinion is, it's about what you are. Okay? Because we all know that person that's always complaining. We all know that person that you could give them everything under the green sun, but they'll always find a reason not to do something. We always know a person that's overweight, that's blaming their genetics. or blaming their big hips, or blaming their aunt Susie who cooks every Thursday. Yeah, we all know somebody that hasn't done the work, has got all the access under this green sun, and has not put the time, effort, and commitment in. Now, I can't believe that's going to be you, and I don't want to believe that's going to be you. But I am going to ask you, is that you, Wes?
Absolutely not.
And I didn't think it was either. But I'm also not telling you that it's going to be easy. I'm also not telling you that it's going to be guaranteed if you don't do any work. Some people come in with the wrong expectations of life. If I went and looked at the most expensive car under this earth, which is probably a Bugatti or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something like that, do you think if I asked all the people that owned one that they wouldn't find a problem in it?
I'm sure there'd be a problem, something or the other.
There's a problem somewhere. There's a problem. There's a problem in your bedroom right now if you want to go and look for it. There's a problem in my room right now if I want to go and look for it. But is it enough to stop me moving forward so I can't take care of my family for the rest of their life? I don't know. You tell me. So all I'm trying to do, buddy, is I'm comparing and contrasting, but I'm just normalizing what? The truth. People get bad reviews all the time. If I went out and asked everyone, what do you think of Bill Welch? Do you know how many people would say he's a fucking prick, but he's really good at what he does, but he's an awful person? Or he's too direct, or he's too this, or he's too that. I know if I went to look for that, there'd be people out there that would be more than happy to throw stones at my head. You know? But I agree with you. I don't like bad reviews. You know, and I don't like it in companies, but the other side of it was when you produce an awful lot and you help a lot of people, you're going to pick them up. It's just human nature. You know, the best car on this earth, some people will find problems with it. You know, if you think of the best airline in the world, what is it? Emirates Airlines or something.
Yeah, probably.
Telling me Emirates Airline didn't lose someone's bag once upon a time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that person gave him a positive review? And they're the most important and best airline in the market. You're telling me the best airline in the market doesn't have a bad review when you're moving millions and millions and millions of people around the year? All you're doing is comparing and contrasting and normalizing people getting bad reviews. That's all it is. And that's what I would do. And then that's just where it's at. And then you just figure out what's coming back at you. But predominantly it's fear, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's another smokescreen too.
Thank you for that, Bill. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem whatsoever. Right. See you later on. David, good to see you, buddy. Andrew, see you next week. Ellen, nice to see you. Rachel, au revoir. Ciao, ciao. Behave yourself.
Have a good weekend, mate. Catch you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice